Hi guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here once again with another Formula 1 top 5. Today we're going to be doing my favourite looking Formula 1 cars of 2014. However, before I get into this video, I want to quickly talk about the music because I forgot to mention it in the last episode. There's music playing instead of gameplay audio because there are somebody or a couple of people talking in the game chat, so I didn't really want to broadcast their conversation to the world as I thought that'd be quite rude. So anyway, let's get into this and start off at number 5. Number 5, I have put Ferrari. Now, a lot of people probably would have expected this to be higher, but I just think the way that they designed it, it doesn't look terrible, but I think they probably could have made, if they wanted to have that low dipping front wing, I think they could have done it slightly better. I mean, it looks just a little bit weird. A lot of people comparing it to a vacuum cleaner, and I suppose if you look at it in a way, it does look a bit like that. And Ferrari normally quite good with designing nice looking cars, but I think this year's Ferrari as probably it does look worse than the 2012 car, but saying that this car looks bad or not great and it's still one of the better looking cars is kind of a weird thing. Formula 1 this year, pretty much none of the cars look very good, but hopefully I'm going to decide for my top 5 in this video. So Ferrari, it looks alright. If they'd gone for sort of the, I don't know what you'd call it, the other style of front wing, the one with a massive bit of carbon fibre sticking out the front of it, I think they would have looked a lot worse. So in my opinion, it's one of the better looking cars on the grid this year, but still not my favourite. I think it can be improved, and maybe it might be with the aerodynamic upgrades throughout the year. Who knows? But let's move on to number 4. I think this might be one that a lot of people disagree with. I put Lotus at number 4. In my opinion, at some angles, this car does actually look really, really nice. It might even look nicer than some of the 2013 cars at certain angles, but then at other angles it does look really stupid. So, I don't know. The Lotus, they went for the twin tusk idea. In my opinion, I think it's nice to have the 2 tusks instead of the 1 tusk, just because it just looks a little bit more normal. But as everyone else just went for the 1 tusk nose, it makes it look really weird. This year's Lotus, but overall I think the Lotus livery and everything does look really nice. It sort of complements the design of the car quite well. So in my opinion, Lotus, even though pretty much none of these cars this year look amazing, except for the 2 are say at number 1 and 2, I still think it's a decent looking car. It's an interesting concept, and I'm sorry to the guy in Russia there, I just took him out, which is just stupid of me. And this is full wet Monaco, by the way, and I just drove like an absolute idiot. And you can see I've got a penalty and I crashed into a wall. It's not going to plan. Anyway, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, I've got the McLaren. In my opinion, this is one of the best looking cars with the sort of tusk, the single tusk front wing. They did a pretty good job with it. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't really like this. But then once I saw with the other designs, like the Caterham, was like, blimey. The Toro Rosso is blimey. I was like, yeah, that's actually not that bad when I look at it again. In comparison to some of the hideous cars like the Toro Rosso and Caterham. Now, I'm not saying anything against the teams here. I'm just saying literally design, and that's all I'm looking at is just how the cars look. And nothing offensive towards any of the teams because they're all great guys. But yeah, Caterham, yeah, no, let's not talk about that. But McLaren, I think it's a pretty nice looking car, and they got around the rules quite well. They got around the rules and regulations, I should say, and they did a pretty good job with that front wing. It still looks a bit stupid from some angles, but overall a pretty decent looking car. Number 2, I put Mercedes. Now, they, out of all the teams, probably in most people's opinion had the best looking car, but I'll say number 1 in a minute. But in my opinion, it still looks a bit weird like the Ferrari. It dips down really suddenly, and it does just look a bit awkward from some angles, especially the Jerez test version of the car. It's slightly changed for Bahrain, but it looked kind of weird going around certain corners. But as I said, this year's cars, none of them look amazing, which is just unfortunate. Formula 1 is supposed to be, displaying some of the best bits of technology out there, and it's unfortunate that the rules and regulations have meant that most of these cars are looking pretty hideous. But the Mercedes does look quite good. They got around the regulations quite well, as I said, and they built quite a pretty car in my opinion. The livery also helps it out, nice 2-tone livery for the Mercedes. But overall, Mercedes places number 2, not that bad whatsoever. And number 1, I put Red Bull. Now, a lot of people probably disagree with me with this because I know a lot of people don't like Red Bull, but in my opinion, this is my favourite looking car of this year. A lot of people on Twitter saying they hate it, and a lot of people on my Twitter saying they love it. So there's definitely a mixed opinion on the Red Bull, but just in my opinion alone, I think it is the best looking car. They did such a good job on painting the front wing, because they painted it in such a way it makes it look like that bit of carbon fibre that sticks out the front isn't even there. And you know, also it's that single tusk thing again, and it sort of you know, they did quite a good job with it. It sort of comes out and then dips down. And I just think, I don't know how to describe it, but I just think it looks quite good actually. It might even be an improvement on last year's car in my opinion, but at the end of the day, that's only how the cars look. Let's see how they go in the testing and the Australian Grand Prix later on. But thanks for watching, guys. It's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It's really appreciated. And if you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section. I'll try and reply to as many as possible. You've got two videos on your screen. To the left, the latest F1 career mode. On to the right, you've got a random video. You can click on which one you want to. And also, if you haven't checked out the GT Omega, go and check them out. There's a link down in the description. And they've got really good racing cockpits at really good prices. So go and check them out. Check out the videos on the screen, check out my links, Facebook and Twitter in the description. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.